Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are taking a seriously wild trip to the very edges of reality and all the way back again. Our guide, the incredible engineer, inventor, and, mystic, Itzhak Bentov.
You know, Bentov never acted like some kind of guru who had all the answers. Not at all. He saw himself more like a tourist, just exploring the cosmos and taking notes. So in that spirit, let's buckle up and join him on a tour of consciousness itself.
So, where do we even begin this journey? Well, we start with the biggest question there is. What is all this stuff, the universe, actually made of? According to Bentov, the answer is way simpler and a whole lot stranger than you might think. Bentov's whole model really boils down to two fundamental states. First, you've got the absolute. Think of it as a silent, totally still state of pure potential, like an infinite, fertile void, just waiting. And then you have our reality, the manifested creation. And that happens when that void gets a little nudge and starts to vibrate. Bentov had this fantastic, simple way of explaining it. Imagine you're sitting in a dead, silent room. You take a fly swatter and just wave it back and forth. All of a sudden, you've created sound waves where there was nothing but silence. In the exact same way, when something stirs the void, it creates these little vibrations, these wiggles. And those wiggles are what we call matter. So here's the kicker. That means the chair you're on, the screen you're watching, even your own body, at the most fundamental level, it's all just organized, vibrating void. Or as Bentov loved to say, sorry about that. And this idea, it leads to this incredible sense of connection. I mean, the same void that fills the space between galaxies is the exact same void that fills the space inside the atoms of your body. We're kind of like these porous sponges floating in a cosmic ocean, with the universe just flowing right through us, connecting everything. Okay, so if everything is just vibrating consciousness, what about the beings that live here? Let's zoom in a little and meet a few of the locals, starting right here with the consciousness of our own universe. So Bentov brings in this concept of a deva. Basically, it's the consciousness of a form. Think about it. A single ant isn't exactly a genius, but the consciousness of the whole ant colony, its deva, is incredibly intelligent. Well, this applies to everything. A mountain has a deva, a river has a deva, and yep, a whole galaxy has one too. So our universe itself, it's a conscious being? Bentov saw it as this giant torus, a donut sheep. And right in the middle is the creator, this cosmic engine that acts like a white hole and a black hole all at once. He called it a modest continuous bang, constantly spitting out matter, which forms into galaxies, flows all the way around the donut, and then gets sucked right back in to be recycled. But as huge and amazing as our universe is, it's really just our little cosmic neighborhood. Now the tour really zooms out, and we get to see just how gigantic this whole structure really is. As we pull our awareness way, way back, our entire universe starts to shrink down until it just looks like a single luminous watermelon. And then you see it. It's not alone. It's just one of 49 different universes, all arranged together in this incredible rising spiral. And that spiral? Oh, that's just the beginning. That cluster of 49 universes is called a cosmos. But even that is just one drop in an ocean of thousands of other cosmoses, which altogether form a supercosmos. And it just keeps going to a super-duper cosmos, and on, all nested inside each other like Russian dolls, until you get to the ultimate sphere, the manifest creation. The scale is it's mind-bending. Now, on this grand tour, Bentov says you can take little side trips to places that exist totally outside of physical reality. And the most famous of these, of course, is that legendary state of being known as nirvana. So what's it actually like? Is it really the end of the line, the ultimate goal? And what kind of welcome do you get when you show up at the front door? Well, according to Bentov's trip report, you arrive at this barred window, just floating in the void, with this beautiful warm light pouring out. But the entrance is blocked by the head of a huge snake guardian named Naga, who basically looks at you and asks, "Are you sure you really want to do this?" So when Naga gets a little aggressive and starts hissing, the tourist just calmly asks him to open his mouth a bit wider and then dives right down his throat. You come out the other end and boom, you're in nirvana. It's just a perfect example of Bentov's playful, think outside the box approach to everything. But, and this is a big but, once you're inside, Naga tells you a pretty startling secret. Nirvana is a place of infinite, static bliss, sure.
But because everyone in there is only focused on their own bliss, they stop growing, they stop evolving. It's not the final destination, it's actually a blind alley.
All right, we've toured the very fabric of matter, we've met some creators, we've even taken a detour to nirvana. But all of this leaves us with the biggest, most important question of all.
At this point in the journey, our tourist makes the boldest request yet. They say, "I want to see the top god. Take me to the one who's in charge of this whole show."
And the response is a blinding column of pure light. The tourist goes inside and finds it's a hollow tunnel. You start traveling up, 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 faster and faster, until suddenly the tube makes a sharp U-turn, and you find yourself hurtling back down at incredible speed.
You pop out of the end of the tube, and there you are, face to face with the supreme god of the entire system. And in what has to be the biggest plot twist ever, it is a perfect, silent, unmoving copy of you. It is your higher self. And in that instant where the tourist decides to merge with this higher self, there is a cosmic bang. The entire illusion of two separate beings just collapses. The bodies vanish, and there is only the void. You have become the void.
And that's when you finally get it. The ultimate realization is that this whole cosmic adventure, this entire universe, is a game that the one supreme self is playing with itself. It's a game of hide and seek. It wraps itself up in layers of ego and forgetting, just so it can have the incredible fun and adventure of finding its way back home and remembering who it truly is.
And this brings us right to the final, powerful question that Bentov leaves us with. If the quest is over, and you realize that you are IT, you are the consciousness that is creating and experiencing this very reality, then there's really only one question left. What game, what story, what incredible adventure are you going to choose to play next?